Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. I have been quite busy in between episodes, as you can see, so I've built up all the floors, including the floor over the storage, but I've left a nice little gap there and put some safety railings around. Wow, that was loud in my ear hole. Let's fill it with energy. What are we doing for energy? We're doing okay. We'll just get a little bit. We won't worry too much because we're not going to be building anything right now. So yes, I've also changed the blue that we painted the sort of walkways in to this slightly less bright sort of turquoisey sort of colour, which is quite nice. I like it. It's kind of subtle. I've also changed the edges we had on the landing bays from full slopes to like half slopes. So I think that looks a lot nicer. It's not quite as drastic, is it? I think that looks a lot better. I've coloured all of our machines in this really nice sort of dark midnight blue sort of colour, which I'm a big fan of. Got rid of all of the sorters and everything. Tidied up some of the bits down here. So we've got rid of a lot of the underfloor stuff that was there. Just makes it a bit tidier, a bit nicer. Good stuff. I've built up the 2 new landing pads. The medium-sized ones, so they're a bit bigger than the ones over there. They haven't got the edges on as of yet, but I haven't built those up because I expect we're going to change those at some point, apart from this one, which I built by accident, but that's fine. So yeah, that's roughly where we are. I've coloured this. I gave this some nice hazard colouring around the welder. I thought that made sense because, you know, you don't want it to be don't want people walking in front of it when it's on, do you? So I think that looks quite cool. I've left the rest of the floors sort of plain white for the minute, or grey. We'll see if we change that at another point. And then down here I've just coloured the drill and all these bits in, which should be the dark blue, but I don't think it is. I think that's the wrong colour, but that's fine, that doesn't matter too much. So yeah, there we go, that's what we've got at the moment. Whilst the drill's retracting, let's find the out piston and change its maximum distance to 10 meters. So that should finish extending to its full range, just in time for it to start going down on that end. And I'm sure it's not going to fall apart, he says. No, I think that's fully extended, and that is going down. Yep, so we'll get a whole bunch more stone off of that as well. Wonderful. Cool, so there was an unknown signal, which is just over here, so we may as well go get that, because that is super, super close. What have you got for me? What have you got for me? Oh, a leopard suit. Okay, let's grind this down. In fact, it usually has storage. I forgot about that. Let's have a little look in there. You've got mushroom spores. Nice. That's what we want. We want the seeds for things. Although I do personally consider mushrooms to be disgusting. But needs must, I guess, when you're a lone engineer trying to survive on a planet. So let's finish grinding this up, and then today the plan is to start working on Inventory's full. I'm not too bothered about the rest. We'll just leave that to despawn. That's fine. So we'll just jump back up here. Yeah, the plan is to get our gunship built, or at the very least started. Because we've got that one, but we need to go and design something to take out Morel's Hope. So that's what we built these for, so let's get started with that. So we need a landing gear to snap everything to, which I'm sure I had on toolbar somewhere, but I appear to have removed it. That's fine. So landing gear, we want you. Let's put you gonna need all of those. We don't need a drill, so let's put that there. We probably don't want any, we don't need the speed module, we don't want any of those cockpits. We're going to want a proper cockpit of some form. So if we just grab this one, put that down there. What else might we need? We might need some, or a container, I suppose. Probably just the one. If we grab, yeah, grab that one, put that there. We will need some light armor blocks, so let's pop that one there. And we might need all of those actually when we get to it, but let's start with that one, that's fine. What else are we going to need? So we've got gyroscopes, we've got landing gear, we've got batteries, we've got... do we need the ore detector? Probably don't need the ore detector. Let's take that one off just so we are sort of... we know what we're doing, we know what we're doing. We also need a gun of some form. What guns do we have? So we have a railgun, which we could build, but I don't know what sort of... I don't know what it uses in terms of ammo. Just power, I would guess, because it says it needs to charge up. A warfare Gatling gun, a Gatling gun. Is there a way to see weapons? There we go. So we've got turrets. I don't know if we want turrets necessarily. Artillery, railgun, turret, a firework launcher. Okay. A rocket launcher, Gatling gun, autocannon, assault cannon. So it's probably going to be between... Where's the normal Gatling gun? If that's the... Or maybe you don't have one. I was looking at it because it's DLC, but maybe you don't have like a normal one. Maybe that just is what it is. So those are all the turrets. That looks like it's all of the guns actually, doesn't it? So let's just pop that one there. I think that's everything we're going to need to get started, isn't it? So let's get a landing gear down. We want a small one, please, and thank you. Let's flip that over. Let's pop that in about there. Need steel plate. There we go. We are also going to need, I did think of something else. We need a connector, don't we? That's what we need. We need a connector. So let's grab the connectors, put those down there as well. So what are we going to start with is the question. I guess with the cockpit. I also want to change the color back to default, just so you know what we're doing. So you have one big storage port underneath. That's probably not a lot of use for us, so I don't really want to make it that. And this one just has one on the top. Interesting. One underneath. I feel like, yeah, those are the only two that are coming up. Okay, I'm sure there are more than two. No, those aren't available in that size. So that was that one. We've got the fighter cockpit as well. And a flush cockpit and a cab cockpit. Let's get... let's just pop to a different bar. That's fine. So let's stick this one down, and this one down. So the fighter has got a big and a small. Oh, I was trying to use the mouse wheel. Obviously that doesn't work. We've got 2 and 1 on the flush cockpit and 1 on the front. I quite like that. That's a lot of options. And then the cab cockpit, 2 on the front, 1 on the bottom, 2 on the back. But it's a bit disgusting, isn't it? So we'll probably go with the flush cockpit, I think. Because it's got them on the side as well, which I think is going to work quite nicely for us. So let's pop up, find that foot, spin that around, and that's going to go there. So that's going to be the first thing we have in our ship. Beautiful. Let's get that welded up, just so I can see where its ports are. Let's add everything in that
Energy
to the
low.
So that's enough for us to see the ports. Okay, so if we want to put something big on the back, so if we have a little look at the storage, yeah, that's not going to fit like that, is it? So we're going to need... We've got the modular ones, but this isn't really a... Yeah, we probably don't need the modular ones. We probably just want a medium one, I'd have thought. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so we're going to need some sort of... I'm pretty sure there is like a converter, isn't there? Yes, that's exactly what I want. So on this one, we'll just pop that one in there. So we want this one to go this way. Interior plate. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, so we've got that there, which means we can then put the storage on there. Beautiful. Do we want a couple of storages? could just put one modular one on. Maybe we'll do that. That's the wrong one. Storage. If we did a modular one, makes the ship quite long, but I'm not too bothered about that. We do need this to go up a bit more, really, so we can think about where we're going to put, well, guns and everything, really, I suppose. Okay, so anyway, we've got that. That's nice. Let's get that welded up, just so we can see where its bits are. May as well do a little bit of that while we're there. Yeah, okay. So we're probably just going to go with atmospheric thruster, so we don't need to worry about hydrogen storage, but that does mean we need batteries. That is not lined up. Let's try that again. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely connected now. Right, that's what we wanted to see. So, does this have... Yeah, that has a connector on the bottom, so that's where the connector can go. I don't think we'll be able to fit it in as it stands. Should have built it up a bit higher. Should have put a couple of blocks on that, shouldn't I? No matter. So we also need batteries. And they only come in the 2 sizes. So where are we going to put these? We put these on... I feel like we should put them on top. Because they're less likely to get shot from on top, right? He says, hopeful thinking. So should we, where do we want them is the question. Where do we want them is the question. We could just put them like that. Oh, there's another unknown signal over there. Okay, how are we doing for hydrogen? We're okay. Let's drop that off. We are very hungry, so let's grab that. We're also actually out of energy, so before we go running off somewhere and falling down there, perfect. I do need to put some railings in along those so I can stop myself from doing that. Let's go grab some energy and some hydrogen and then go check out the unknown signal. So we need to fit all the engines in yet as well, obviously, don't we? All the thrusters, I should say. Okay. Is that enough? Still filling the hydrogen, still filling the hydrogen. Still filling the hydrogen. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Sweet. Right. Let's go check this out, because it's not too far. And it's daylight, so we're not going to slam ourselves into a mountain. Not too worried about components. If we can't pick them all up, we can't pick them all up. That's fine. What do you have for me? Rainbow boots. Nice. Do you have storage? Not that I can see. Okay. So we'll just get rid of all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this. Come on. I thought I saw one bit back there hiding, that'll do. And there's my beautiful base. Does need some more lights on it, doesn't it? So it stands out a bit in the dark. Oh, not that it's dark at the moment. And also that grass that's poking through at a distance is a bit weird. Disappears when you come down there. Not noticed that before. Okay, right, anyway, over here. What else do we need? We are going to need a couple of gyros. I'm not too worried about this storage on the top, but I can't put them facing downwards for some reason. Oh, I can there. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, there we go. One there, one there. So we've got a couple of gyros, a couple of batteries. Do we want more batteries? Quite possibly, I suppose, is the answer to that. Quite possibly. So let's talk about thrusters. So I definitely want downward-facing large thrusters. Bear in mind this is going to be slightly... in fact, I might put these on the back. Just because I want to keep them out of the way of guns as much as possible. And if they're back there, that should help us do that. Hopefully. Hopefully. If we then get some standard atmos, we can get one in there for like downwards thrust. Yeah, okay. And then we need to think about forward and size. I'm quite tempted to use these again for the forwards. If we put those like there. Gives us lots of forward thrust. Then we just need reverse thrust. Which we don't want to put there. We could just do... I don't... This is probably too much for the batteries, isn't it? Probably. Let's try it. Let's try it and we'll just see what happens, right? So then we do need some side-to-side thrust, which means they might need to move these slightly forwards or backwards. Where's it gone? So we've got the gyros there. So we could go 1, 2. Why can't I place it? Why can't I place this one? Oh, that makes me sad. Okay. So not there then, I guess. So where... I'm not too sure now. If we do them there, that's going to damage the battery. We could do... Oh, not the battery, the thruster. We could do one there. Can't do one there. We could put them on top, but I don't really like that idea too much. That's going to damage the thruster. So we could just do that, that, and that. Well, like I say, we'll try it. We'll try it and see what happens. And then we want guns. So we've got a rocket launcher, which has no input port. Interesting. The warfare rocket launcher, the Gatling gun, the warfare Gatling gun, the autocannon, and the rail gun, and an assault cannon. So I'm sort of thinking Gatling guns, definitely, because they can go just there. And then we could go autocannons on the side there as well. Now, I've never had to attack anything before, so I've got no idea if any of this is over the top. We could even put an assault cannon there. Is that a bit much? I've got no idea. Oh, we're going to need a camera as well. That's something else we need. So let's grab ourselves a camera. Let's pop over to this one. Oh, there's already a camera there. Where we could put a camera there. Be nice if it was centered. So I wonder if we could we just put a block there, and then a camera on that. So we rotate it just so the word camera is upwards. I think that'll probably be a little better. And there was something else. Oh, lights. We need lights, don't we? I'm sure I've got lights. There we go, 6. And where is my preferred light? It is not there because it's one of the offset ones. Do we have those anywhere? I don't think so. Okay. Offset, is that the word I'm looking for? Where are they? There we go, these ones. So let's just get rid of the ladder, I suppose. That's fine. Oh, can I not get it right over that grill? That's a shame. I might put them there. Like that. Okie dokie. So we do need the connector on the bottom still. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be able to fit that in at the moment. And it's very hard to figure out where the middle is. There? I mean, it's right on the connector bit itself, so that might be exactly where we need it. Okay. So if we get... Hang on, let's clear my build planner because I don't know what I'm trying to build. Drop everything we've got. Get the connector. And then if we can get that built, because we've already got the cockpit, we should be able to come down here and say lock. And then when we get the batteries built, that'll start charging everything. Nice. Nice. Now, I did put light armor blocks on, so I was planning on doing some like decorative type stuff, but I feel like we've gone too far for that now. It's just like a hodgepodge mess of stuff, right? Let's get the batteries. Let's get a couple of batteries. A couple of batteries. We should be able to get it from this store now. Let's make sure everything is actually running. It's building the power cells. It's just going very slow. There we go. Can we reach the other one from here? Oh, yep, there we go. Perfect. Let's add those in there. Just tell it to build just in case. Get this one done. Oh, it's definitely a good idea getting that connector done first so I can just use this storage. That is working a treat. Add 4 of those in because we have a few of those to go yet. Oh, come on. Oh, you can do it. A few more motors, come on. Alright, so we've just finished building all of the bits. I've got some ammo queued up in the assembler for our array of guns. We're going to take it for a very quick test flight and just see what happens. I suspect we don't have anywhere near enough batteries, and I will have to double up the batteries. Get rid of all that stuff on top and rethink where that's going to go, but that's fine. That's fine. Maybe squeeze a battery in there, I don't know. But let's give it a go and see what happens. So the first thing we need to do is we need to come up with a name for it. Let's just pop out a second. I can't really think of an ant with a long tongue, but I know what there is. I know what there is. Let's go over to here. We are going to call this one the Trapjaw. Which might be a name is that a J? That is very hard to tell. That is a J. Might be something that we reuse at some other point, but for now I think that's good. We'll do all the names for stuff when we have disconnected, because right now it's hard to tell what belongs to what. So if we go for the connector, or which connector is it going to be? I've got literally no idea. One of these two. One of these two. Got to be connected to, right? So we come down here and switch lock. And come out into this view. If we say 9. It's not that one. It's not that one. But now that we can see that from the external view, it should... Maybe it doesn't highlight. I thought it highlighted. Okay, well if it's not connected to, it's got to be connected to just that one there then, right? So if we say switch lock, come out, hit 9. Yeah, okay, we found it. We found it. Excellent. Let's disconnect that and just set up everything here. So we want everything here. Oh yeah, the landing gear. Oh yeah, we're still attached to the landing gear. We do need to remove that. So all of this is going to be the trap jaw prefixed. We want the 2 batteries in a group. Trap jaw batteries. There we go. We want all of the thrusters in a group. So it's all of those and that one down to there. I think that's all of them. Trap jaw. Try it again. Thrusters. And then we want the forward-facing ones in a separate group again, I guess, as well. So that's that one and that one. Trap jaw. Forward thrusters. So I think that's everything we need in terms of that. Let's just get this set up. So we want the batteries to be down here into recharge on off. We want the whole thruster group to be there, toggle on off, and we want the forward thrusters to be there, toggle on off. Okay, we also need the camera. And I think there's a way of saying view. Is it view? Yes. Okay. And then press F to exit. Okay. So let's lock it and put it into charge mode just for the minute. Let's turn all of our thrusters off just to make sure that little bit of extra charge gets in there. Not that we will be very long, because we're just going to come down here, sneak under here, remove that, and then 987. Well, it can hold its own weight, okay. That's a pretty good sign. If we do 3 directions, yeah, we are maxing out on battery thrust. But that's okay. We need to figure out how to... Like, we don't necessarily want all the guns firing at once, do we? So we need to figure out how we're going to do that as well. Oh, it does not like... It does not like something. Let's come out again. Let's just see what that was. Have we broken anything? Sounded like something exploded. We hit on this side, but I can't see... Oh, we lost one of our guns. Okay. Literally just built it, but fine. So yeah, if we come out a little bit, and we... Yeah, it does not have enough thrust to keep it when it's on its side, which is fine. But we do also need more batteries. Okay, let's get it parked back up and have a little think. It is quite nippy, which is nice. Let's spin the view around. Perfect. 987. Press all the buttons. Okay, so we need to rebuild the... What was it? An assault turret? Something like that? It's not there. It's... Where's my guns gone? Where did they go? Oh, it's that one, isn't it? It's the rocket launcher. Yes. Not you. You. So we want, not the Gatling, the autocannon? Yeah. So let's pop that one back in there, get that rebuilt. Perfect. And then let's get rid of you, and you, and you.
Inventory full.
Okay, can I get to that one? Ooh. Yes, I can. And you, and you, and you, and you. Okay. So then we're going to need more batteries. I guess 2 more batteries? Does that seem excessive? And the batteries are right at the front now, like prime shooting area. But we can maybe think about trying to tidy it up late. Is that one like not... No, it's not all the way back. Okay. So let's try that again. There you go. Are you the right way? No. There you go. I think I actually want you like that. So you're going to go there. You're going to go there. Okay. And then we still need thrust going side to side. I wonder if I just do like one big one. Where could we think about fitting this in? And we could just do like... I was going to say like there, it doesn't want to go there. It doesn't want to go anywhere at the moment. Oh, it does want to go there, so I am able to place it, it's just not somewhere I can place it at the moment. Yeah, not a lot of options really, apart from right in front of this. Then I can't place this one on top? I can. So then it would look like that. I don't feel good about that, but do you know what? As just like a test, as just a test. Grab 2 of those. Let's just get it built, see how the batteries cope, see how the thrusters cope. At least then it'll give us a better idea of... Surely 5 construction components are not a problem. There we go. If we build this one on top first... Oh, so we'll add it to the build planner, that makes sense. And we're back in waiting for power cell land, which seems to happen quite a lot. There's that one. We still need a power cell, and I've just... There we go. Yes, I'm definitely not a big fan of the design with those 2 stuck up there. But if we can prove that this sort of pretty much works, we can think about doing something nicer afterwards, I think. Like if we could set those back one, we could maybe have them there on the sides, or like design some wings for them to sit in at least. Because it's definitely an ugly beast right now. Right. Okay. Yeah, so all things used is absolutely fine. If we rotate the ship... I can't because I didn't build any any gyroscopes. Okay. So let's try and get this landed again without the use of gyroscopes. We'll need to turn that magnet down. Do that at some point. And gyroscopes. Gyroscopes, gyroscopes, gyroscopes. I suppose, like at the back here somewhere. Just like here and here will probably be fine. There we go. Okay. We probably also need to... Do we need to regroup? Yeah, the thrusters and everything. So let's come into here. Nope. Come into here. And say the two... If I... Where is the... oh, it's not going to be part of the thing, is it? Okay, right. 987, disconnect. Back into this. Trapjaw thrusters. That's the forward ones, that's why it's not everything. So we have... Where are the other thrusters? There they are. So we want to add you and you into it. I'm hungry, I'm hungry. It's like, why am I taking damage? Doesn't make any sense, I'm just sat in my ship. We also want to rename these two. The trap jaw space prefix, perfect. And then we probably want to turn both of those off because all the rest of them will be off at the moment. And all the rest of them are on. Okay, so turn those back on. Okay, where are the ones that I just turned off? Okay, there we go. So if we now go up, we can move the ship. Perfect. If we rotate to the side... Yeah, it can hold itself. Okay. So that amount of thrust is fine, if probably a bit excessive. I'm just trying to remember how to fly a ship from the side, apparently. So let's connect that back up. Now, it is now nighttime. Yeah, like the sun's just gone down, which is a little bit annoying. But we can come over here. We can go into inventory. We could say, if I just look for ammo, does it come under asmo? Is not the word. Yeah, then over here, trapjaw. Oh, it's already pulled some of the ammo in. Okay. But I can't take any more, because that's full. That's fine. That's okay. It's nice that it automatically loads itself with stuff. But I want this one here, so let's pop that in there. And that in there. And that in there. Now that takes up about half my storage, which means we've probably got way too much. But I would rather have too much than too little, I guess. So we do need to come into here. Nope, we need to come into here. We need to disconnect. We need to come into this one. Weapon blocks. So we've got the Gatling gun, the autocannon, and the assault cannon. So how does that work? If I say 3, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. I think I wanted it. Okay, so that fires those. Press it again. Oh, middle mouse button changes between 1 and all. Okay. And then we have the auto cannon. Oh, I like that. And then the assault cannon. It makes the whole ship shake. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, happy with that. I wanted to move myself way out of the way because I did not... Woo, came down too fast. Definitely came down too fast. Let's try and get ourselves as level as possible. Oh yeah, I do not like that at all. Okay, right, all thrusters off. We are charging. We've got our guns. We've got that. We've got our camera. So that we can see where our guns are aiming a bit better. So what we really need is you to not be an ugly disaster, really, isn't it? So we sort of know what thrust we want. We're happy with that. We just don't want you to look like that at all. Okay, what do we do about that? That one's a lot closer, and I think that's been there for ages. We might use that as like a test run. Did I just see something which is 200 meters away? Oh, that's the red, but that's my holes. That's fine. Okay, so I think we're going to need to take off pretty much everything. Pretty much everything.
Inventory full.
So let's get rid of all the large... Why are you doing that? Don't do that. All of the large thrusters.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alright, alright. Major point.
Inventory
Now these
full.
ones might actually be okay, but just for the sake of making sure everything's fine.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
I'm just too fast at grinding now, that's what it is. Okay, so we've got our 1 down thruster, 2 gyroscopes, and 4 batteries. Is that where we want our batteries? They are probably a little bit safer on top. Probably a little bit safer on top. What size are they? 1, 2, 3 by 2. So we could put them on their side so they wouldn't actually stick up as much. I think that's a sensible idea. So then it'd only be 3 blocks up rather than 4. So we are going to lose the power cells, which is a mild pain, but hey ho. It's all part of the process. It's all part of the process. So let's find batteries again. So we want you up on your end like this. And you don't have any lights there. So I think we'll go with you like this. Or do we do them... Or do we do them along the sides? Or maybe we do them along the sides. Yeah, I've immediately changed my mind. So we'll do the batteries there. Then we want engines. Where did engines go? We also have 2 gyroscopes to fit in. Let's not forget about those again. So if we wanted large thrusters, we could do like a 1 there and a 1 there. Almost. So we could do that for the forward and back. Which I'm not completely adverse to. And then we just need side-to-sides. Oh, and up as well. We need up as well. So we could do that over here. I don't mind that. Then it's just a way of getting these ones in nicer. And I can't place because I don't have steel plate for some reason. So what if we do... Is it there or there? It's definitely one further back, wasn't it? Now this does mean that all of the engines are, like all those ones on the sides here, are attached to each other. I think like that. Yeah. So if there is a problem, they are all going to explode together, which is not ideal. But I think that layout's probably better. I like it more. I'm going to need to change the block the camera's on, because I'm not a big fan of that. And then we can build out some armor around this, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Let's, first of all, come into here and say production and assembler. Seems like 200 power cells. Oh. No? Oh, there we go. Okay, you got there in the end. So let's get all of this built up and see what this looks like. Okay, so we've slightly reconfigured everything. I'm quite happy with how this looks now. You can pop up and you can just see the sort of profile of it. I quite like that. It kind of looks like it has 6 legs, which is particularly nice with the ant sort of theme we have. The gyroscopes are facing different directions, which is mildly annoying, but I suppose makes sense for gyroscopes. I don't like that they're directly attached just to engines, but hey diddly ho. If someone gets behind us and shoots out those engines, we're probably in a lot of trouble anyway, so it's not that big a deal, I suppose, is it? I've tried to move them up a bit in the hope it keeps them out of the cone of these forward thrusters. I guess we'll see. But yeah, I quite like that, and that's a significant improvement over what we had before. So the only other thing I've done is I've taken the lights off, because I feel like we're going to play around with like armor blocks now and try and come up with some nice sort of design around this. I don't really know what that's going to look like at all. We just need something. Just to break it up a bit, I think, don't we? Just to try and add a little bit of protection, particularly around the front here. We can put one... hang on a sec. If we just put one like there and just weld those up very quickly. They're not going to stay there. Just want to see... It's in the way, but not massively. Okay. I do not want to mess around with heavy armor blocks. I feel like that is a mugs game. Do we have... Where's the... Yeah, so we could put that in like there. And then... underneath that we could do that, maybe. Or even just do a full block there. Yeah, I've never really played around with this. I don't really know where I'm going yet. Okay, so we could do that. No, it's not that, it's that we want. That might just make it look quite nice and streamlined in the front. Let's just... Yeah, I don't mind that. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's okay. So then what would we... Because this is the...
low.
Oh my word. Because this is the first time I've sort of done this sort of stuff. This is why I'm not just like doing this completely off camera. Let me just get some energy. Just so we can carry on playing around a little bit more. How are we doing? 73, 90, 98. We need to wait for a little bit of hydrogen as well. I think we're all full. Okay. Alright, so this has taken a lot longer than I anticipated. So this probably will be... Hello, unknown signal. This probably will be my first, like, time-lapse thing I'll do. Because I think it'll be interesting to see how it's built. I know I said when I was walking over to refill my energy, which is also very low, looking at that I would show you the whole build. But that is slightly changed by the fact that we are struggling for time a wee bit, just a little bit. So let's get filled up on energy and H2. We'll go check out that unknown signal to see if it's got anything delicious for us. We are going to need some more food as well, so let's just go and do a quick search for some kelp. We don't need that many, let's just take 10. Can I eat another one straight away? No, I can't, that's fine. And then we'll just drop off anything we don't need, and then just a double check, because we don't want... we don't want to put it in there, do we? That would be silly. Let's go in here. Let's pop that in there. Let's pop that in there. Let's pop that in there. Let's eat another one of those. Yep, and we can stack those up now. We've got another enhanced welder on us, and I do know that we can deconstruct things. I haven't done it as of yet. I thought we did it at the assembler. It'll be in the production thing, won't it? That's why. That's why I'm looking at the wrong place. Disassemble. If we come over to... Also, I can't do a search for... Oh, I can. So I can tell that to disassemble, because I know we've got that, and we've got that. Got another one of those, and another one of those. One of those, and one of those, and one of those, and one of those, and one of those, one of those, one of those. Oh my god, how many of these do we have? Not as many as I thought, I think is the answer to that. That's fine. Let's go over to our inventory. Let's pop that in, and we should see that disappear, because that is in the disassemble queue. You are there. You are waiting to be disassembled. Disassembling. But you can't disassemble that because you don't. Oh, I'm very confused as to how this is. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I don't have any more of those. Don't have any more of those. Let's just do a quick check. Make sure we don't have any. Oh, we did have one of those. Do we have another one? We do. Do we have another one? Nope. And really this is just to tidy up our inventories a bit. So we've been picking up a few of these from various places, or when we've been grinding stuff down or finding them in the unknown signals. So let's just make sure we are free and clear of as many of them as possible. Which of those would be a nice way of doing it, so you can see exactly what you've got. But hey ho, is what it is. Right, eat some more food straight away. Where did that unknown... Really? Oh yeah, because I was up there. I got myself very confused. Let's go and check this out in the absolute pitch black, where I definitely won't hit anything and die. Yeah, I think that's clear. We've made that clear. We're not going to die. But we will try and stay quite high to avoid trees. And then we'll slow down a little as we're coming towards it, because I cannot see a thing. Oh, I can just about see the land coming in now. Oh, there's a tree. Oh, they do sneak up on you. Oh, hello. Right, well, I suppose let's not do that quite yet. Where's my button? Where's... There it is. A prisoner drill. Okay. And in your inventory, you have a display and 8,000 credits. I suppose that's all right. We're not really doing a lot with credits at the moment, but... I'm sure they might come in useful at some point, right? I don't know whether 7,000 is going to make a grand difference to our enterprise, but hey-ho. Oh, there's something there. There it is. Right, let's head back to base, going up and over the trees. Let's eat some more food. I'm trying to keep my food up as high as possible so I don't run the risk of it going down to, 1 like it was just now, because that is not ideal. Definitely need some more lights on the base so it stands out a bit more. The drill's got no lights on it at all. That's not great. So the drill, we did set that doing its full extension previously, and it looks like it has pretty much done as much as it's going to do. We could set it right in the middle and it would get a bit more. How would we even go about setting it in the middle? We would have to lock the rotor to 180 or to 0. I guess to 0. That's pretty much free of the ground. So if we come over here and we look for a rotor, which would be this one, because it's the minor. Yes, your upper and lower limit is 30 and 30. So if we change that to as close as we can get to 0, that's fine. That looks like it is. Yeah, there's a bit of wobble going on, but that's alright. That looks like it should get a little bit more stone for us. I don't know how much we have in the way of stone at the moment, because it's been going for quite a while, so we might have used it all up. We have a little look, and we've got 500 stone in the survival kit. So yeah, we've used up all of the stone we've got, which does mean we've probably changed it into a lot of ingots. Let's have a quick look at our ingots. Yes, we've got 11,000 iron. I got a whole bunch of gravel, obviously. We've got a few nickel and silicon. Do we have anything else? 4,000 nickel, 5,000 silicon, another 30,000 iron, another 9,000 iron. We're okay for iron, I think, is the short answer. Another 12,000 iron. A couple little bits more, another 14,000, another 4,000 nickel, another 4,000 iron. Yeah, we're okay for iron. Everything else is. What's that? I wondered what that sound was for a second. Yeah, nice. Dig up me that stone. Dig up me that stone. That's English words used in the way that words are used correctly. Smashed into my own fence. Genius. Let's eat some more of that. Let's drop off all of our stuff. Let's just go and have another quick energy up, because we've got a lot of building to do. And then let's pop back over here and have a look at what's happening here. So the sun looks like it's just thinking about coming up, which would be nice. So yeah, I'm really happy with the design as it stands. We need to do maybe a little something underneath just to tidy it off, unless we just want to keep it flat. But we probably need something underneath the guns to try and protect those a little bit. This one is not going to be protected. That's fine. I want to change that block to at least a sloped block, so it doesn't look quite as drastic there. Up here, we will bring this up following if we can, following the angle of the cockpit window, because we want to bring it up and over the batteries, at least one, just to protect the bits, particularly from the front. The top probably isn't as important, but if we can get some protection at the front, that'll be great. And this bit here that I have put in, we're going to take all this out. Because, whoop, yeah, I grinded a little bit of that, that's fine. We're going to want that to come out at least one more so we can put something around the engine. I actually want the sides of the engines protected. I don't want to go and attack something and have, you know, all my engines destroyed, because that would be bad. Particularly if they get these ones at the back, then we lose our sideways thrusters, because they're obviously attached, so we shouldn't be any good. So let's get on with that then, I guess, yeah? We'll probably need to get rid of this bit and this bit as well and find a way of bringing this out nicely. I kind of like this little spike we have here, so I don't want to lose that. I suppose we could put another one of those there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I think I've finished off half of it. You can see this side has not been touched yet, but I think I'm pretty happy with this half. So it's a bit plain down the side there, I know, but I was starting to run out of inspiration and time, really, to be honest with you. There's a few bits I'm not overly keen on. I don't like these little spiky bits overhanging at the front there, but I don't mind it entirely. It sort of fits in with the aesthetic of the ship, doesn't it? It's going to be an aggressive ship. I've given the top these sort of like bumps and ridges to sort of break it up a little bit. I'm going to leave the gyros exposed because they're on top, so they should be pretty safe, and it just adds a little bit of interest in this. I haven't covered the front of the turbines. I have to think which way around they were. I want to leave those exposed as well, and around the back here it's just a little bit, just to sort of close this off a little bit. But yeah, we're not going to do a lot about it because ultimately nothing should be shooting us from the back, so I'm probably not going to do a lot back here apart from just duplicate what I've got there. So that's taken me about 4.5 years to get this done. Let's see how long it takes me to do the other half. I'm going to guess about 4.5 years. I don't think it'll be much quicker, but who knows? Who knows? Alright, the trap jaw, I think, is just about done. It's got all its armor blocks on, it's all been built, it's all been painted. I've gone with a white and orange just to make it stand out a bit more from the other ships we've got, which tended to go with sort of the orange and the darker ready orange, which I've stuck on the engines and weapons and stuff just to make those stand out a little bit. Liking how it looks, maybe a bit too much white, but do you know what? I want the enemy to see me coming. I want them to see me coming and be like, good lord, what is that monstrosity? I didn't intend to design a spoiler for the back, but that's how it's ended up. I haven't got a lot on the back, on the assumption that not many people will be attacking me from the back. Whether that's a foolish assumption or not, who knows? I've also gone with the camo paint, because, you know, even though we want to be seen, I want to also be sneaky. Sneaky and be seen at the same time. That's what we're going with. So, I've given this a little bit of a test in so much as I've lifted it off the pad so I could get underneath. So let's just have another go and make sure everything's okay. I added some more gyros in. So if we thrusters on, batteries auto, unlock, up we go. It can hover, it can hold its own weight, that's good. We've got, yeah, some rotation. If we rotate, will it fall? Yep. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. So it'll probably be able to stand on its front and back okay. But it won't be able to stand on its side, which is absolutely fine. So if we press the wrong button and jump out of our ship, which is not my intention, if we come in here, go into this view then, let's just check the camera. That's looking good. We've got all of our weapons. Let's just test fire our weapons. So we got the Gatling guns. Yep. The autocannons. And we've got the assault cannon. Just for some added impact. Awesome. That is all looking fantastic then. So, I've put all of the recording into the software. Oh, I'm in the camera mode, so I can't come out. Into my my editing software, and I am on about 2.5 hours of recording. So unfortunately that means we're probably not going to take this out today. So we're going to lock this up and finish up for now. It's taken me a long time. It is my first proper, like, I cannot tell. There we go. I need to turn that down a bit because that's crazy. But yeah, didn't show you the underside, did I actually? So let's go back up a little bit. It's nothing interesting on the underside, but just so you're seeing the whole bit, it's just basically a white slab with the connectors poking out, and I put a light there just to give me a little something to aim for, because it was quite dark underneath trying to connect it before. But yeah, there we go. That is the trap jaw done. That is looking fantastic. So next time we are going to go over to Morel's Hope, maybe via this sprawling bandit, which has been there I think for some time. Do we have... I thought I saw an unknown signal, but must be making it up. Yeah. So yeah, we'll go and we're going to go and attack. Next time is going to be all about the attack, which is very exciting. It may be a slightly shorter video just because of the nature of having to attack things. I do need to repaint this block, which I accidentally painted before. So I need to be on none and this. That doesn't look right, does it? This one? That looks... Nope, still not. This one. There we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. Cool. Right. Awesome. Let's park this down again then. So just need to bring it down, and then it should magnet all the way in there very aggressively. Lovely stuff. Turn all the engines off. The engines are slightly damaging part of the pad underneath where the down thrust engines are, or suppose the up thrust engines, but the ones which point downwards, you know what I mean. We are slightly damaging the armor blocks underneath there, but nothing too major, and we can always put like a little scallop in if we need to, if we actually see them getting destroyed at some point. So there we go. The trap jaw is done. I feel like I haven't done a lot of talk in this episode, and that's because I've been silent so much whilst I've been building this, but it is nice to have our first proper attack ship. I don't know if it's sensible. I'm not a big fan of the cockpit, but it's fine. It'll do for what it is. But yeah, I don't know if it's good. I don't know. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Quite happy with it. It was my first little experiment with using the armor blocks and all the various different pieces and slopes and transitions, and it's all very confusing. And I really hope that for Space Engineers 2 they do something to try and ease that a little bit. I could do something to make that a little nicer transition, couldn't I? I mean, I could. Oh, do you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. As a last little thing, let's do something here. So we're going to need probably something in here. We need to change the colour, because that is not what we're going to want. We're going to want that with the camo. That's why I couldn't see it. So let's pop this in here, and then another one over there. And then we'll just pop an armoured block in behind. No, we won't put slope in behind. That's what I wanted. There we go. Just to soften that transition there a little bit. Yeah, that looks a bit nicer. That looks a bit nicer. Cool. Awesome stuff. Right, well, it is definitely time for me to finish up now then. Woo, that was a journey and a half getting that done. And there is even a few bits that I forgot to record. So I will have a time lapse in this one, because like I said, I think I've probably been talking for about 6 minutes. So it's not going to be a lot coming out of me this episode. Learning experience, very happy with how it looks. Hopefully we don't get immediately blasted out of the sky as soon as we come next to anything. We'll find out next time, I guess. I will probably record the next part very soon because I'm very excited to go and shoot things. So if you do have any comments or suggestions, I probably won't see them until after I have gone and shot things. So if I go and shoot things and it's a complete disaster, then that'll be up to you guys to tell me where I went wrong. Good stuff. Right then, let's finish up. Let's eat some food. Perfect. Cool. Well, I hope you are continuing to enjoy Space Engineers. I am obviously enjoying it very much. If you are, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those amazing things. I will see you next time in Space Engineers when we take the Trapjaw out to destroy Morel's Hope. Maybe going for the Sprawling Bandit as a test case first. Exciting stuff. Oh, I can't wait. I will see you next time, and as always, thank you so very much for joining me.